Hello, so today we'll be reacting to the video Every Supplement Explained in 12 minutes. So let's get started.
Used to throw whey away. Now it's dried, flavored, and sold back to you. That's the whole secret. Whey is just the liquid that drips off curdling milk. Your muscle doesn't read the receipt.
So the first supplement is the whey protein. Okay.
It just counts amino acids. Here's what actually triggers growth, because the gym myth gets this wrong. You don't grow because you tear the muscle and patch it back thicker. That old story is mostly busted. You grow because of mechanical tension. When you load a muscle hard,
Okay, he explains how to grow muscle. Okay, I'm gonna watch that. Anyways, let's go.
gains, you're buying the ability to actually reach your target on a chaotic day. Now the myths. Isolate versus concentrate barely matters unless lactose wrecks you. The anabolic window, where you supposedly have 30 minutes to slam it, extra just
Would I buy protein powder? Absolutely no, you don't need it. Like, only reason why would you buy protein powder because it's convenient, you can drink it in 10 seconds, but other than that, it's not very worth it. You should spend money on some piece of beef or chicken, 10 times better. Also, you are developing your chewing muscles, and so that's very good for you. I would not buy protein powder, it's not necessary. You don't need to make great physique, even get great strength,
it's energy or it's very expensive. P. Should you buy it? If you struggle to eat enough protein, yes, it's the best 10 seconds of your day. If you already eat like a competitor, save your money.
Only reason why you should eat protein powder is if you're trying to fix your sugar cravings, because protein powder is very sweet and you can only then I would use protein. It's better than some weirdest Nutella or something, but like
Buy more chicken. Creatine. If you buy one thing off this entire list, make it this one. Creatine has a literal mountain of research under it, hundreds of studies, all basically agreeing. Just take it. The only debate lives in comment sections. To get why it works, you have to meet your body's energy currency, ATP. It's spent phosphocreatine.
Should you buy creatine? No. I mean, I used it, I tried it, after 2 weeks of not using it, I noticed I was peeing a lot, but I also bought very good quality creatine, so maybe creatine did put some water weight on me, but nothing, maybe like little, maybe kilo, but kilo is not even that much, so you don't have to use it. I eat good amount of meat per day, protein, so I'm good, but if you want to, only reason creatine is going to have benefits on you, and if you take good creatine, it's if you're malnourished, basically, if you're not eating enough. So yeah, buy it only if you need. It's more researched. Yeah, nobody cares, but okay. No, it's research for a reason, because people wondering why is it even useful. Yeah, it's useful if you're not taking enough, if you're malnourished, but if you're good, you don't need it.
Sprints across every set across months are 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate.
3 to 5, maybe 7, depends how much you
single
take.
day, and don't touch the fancy HCl or buffered.
Type of creatine don't matter, because only difference is of absorption. I mean, it's not difference, but it is made kind of for people that have issues with their gut metabolism, and if they take creatine, they can go to the toilet and not feel good after it. So those are types of that.
Nerve receptors sitting just under your skin, the ones that normally report touch and heat, and lights them up for no reason, so your brain reads it as prickling. It's called paresthesia, it's completely harmless, and here's the part that matters. That tingle is not a sign the supplement is working that session. Beta-alanine only does its real job, buffering acid in the muscle, so you grind out a few extra reps before the burn. After it builds up in your muscle over 2 to 4 weeks of taking it daily. Slamming it once pre-workout gets you the tingle and almost none of the benefit. The jittery, heart-thumping, restless feeling is something else entirely. That's caffeine, the actual engine of basically every pre-workout, usually 150 to 300 milligrams, which is 1 to 3 coffees in a cooler outfit, and shakes. Push the dose too high or train on an empty stomach, and that blocked breaks feeling tips over into the shakes. It also backfires over time. Your brain grows more receptors to compensate.
Anyways, do you need pre-workout? No. If you're training on empty stomach, your body will use the nutrients as pre-workout from night before as pre-workout. It's not good to eat before workout, because your stomach you're not gonna feel good and your stomach's gonna hurt. Caffeine before work, you can take it. I do not recommend caffeine. Only people, caffeine, you're not gonna be, I never took caffeine. I know many people don't take caffeine. It's not necessity. You can take it if you want. I know people take caffeine after the workout, which makes zero sense, but okay. They take caffeine, like, yeah, just to take it, it's good. No, caffeine is still drug, if used correctly, it can be good, but you don't have to use it. Vitamins,
So next
okay.
week, the same is purely about plumbing.
Vitamins, minerals, most important in my opinion. Other than that, and omega-3, BCA, okay.
Fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K, dissolve in fat, so your body...
Vitamin A, very good for your skin color. D3, most important vitamin, your body synthesizes it through, if you're taking the sun the natural way, your sun bursts on your skin. Vitamin E, it's the vitamin you find in vegetables, leafy vegetables, good for metabolism, not as important. K, D3, vitamin D3 and K2 go hand in hand, and they're usually sold together, because vitamin K2 makes vitamin D3 synthesize more efficiently, so you should probably take K2. Very good for testosterone, vitamin D3, K2.
Body stores them in your liver and fat tissue for weeks, which means they build up and you only absorb them properly with some fat in a meal. Water-soluble ones, B complex and C, dissolve in water, so they pass straight through, and whatever you don't burn, you pee out within hours. That's exactly why megadosing vitamins C, the second you feel a cold coming on, mostly produces bright yellow, very expensive urine. The one genuinely worth...
Yeah, like, I take megadose of vitamin C, and when I start taking it, I used to pee a lot, but now my body's used to it, so you don't have to. I take it, but you're gonna pee it, so it's not good risk. Better risk is if you take minerals. In high risk, your body like needs to compensate with other things, so it takes more of other thing, and you actually become deficient, in it, because you take too much.
Going out is D, and here's the twist. It isn't really a vitamin at all, it behaves like a hormone. Your skin manufactures it from sunlight, and it then travels around switching genes on and off, including ones tied to mood, recovery, and testosterone. A massive chunk of people are low, especially if you live somewhere gray or spend daylight hours trapped under office lighting, and unlike most deficiencies the industry invents, this one is real. Roughly 1,000 to 2,000 IU...
5 to 8,000 depend on the season you're in, where you're living. If on the spring I would take 5,000, including D3 you take outside, and 8,000 during the winter, maybe 10,000.
A day handles most people, but the proper
maybe children.
move is a blood test, not a...
Blood test is good if you're measuring testosterone, and yeah, if you think you're healthy, probably not, because you're in that reference range. It's normal testosterone is from 300 to 900, and if your doctor says it's 300, it's the reference range, yeah, it's good. Like, if 300 test is not good, your grandpa pretty much. So yeah, other things you can look, but you don't have to if you know what you're doing. Blood test is very expensive. I do not recommend taking it. I think $500, $600, I don't know, it depends where you live. It's very expensive. With that money you can invest it, not invest it, but buy better stuff and supplements and food, and you're gonna take care of your life. And like this, you're not, you know what you're lacking.
Yes. Should you buy it? Skip the random megadose bottles. Get your vitamin D checked and fix it if it's low. That part is genuinely worth it. Omega-3. This one won't make you stronger this week, but it probably...
Very overrated supplement. I mean, very good, but overrated.
Matters more for the next 40 years of your life than half this list. These are essential fats. Your body can't manufacture them, so you either eat them or you go without. The two that count are EPA and DHA packed into oily fish like salmon and sardines. The omega-3 in flax and walnuts is technically family, but your body converts it into the useful forms at a miserable rate.
I would recommend getting fat from animal products, like animal products, usually in eggs. Fats from seeds, not as good, not as healthy, a lot more calories, bloats you, not very good.
That matters so much, because every single one of your cells...
Fat very important, you should eat them every day. Do I recommend omega-3 supplement? Yeah, if it's very good quality.
That membrane isn't a dead wall, it's a living gate that decides what gets in and out. The type of fat you eat literally changes what that gate is built from. Eat mostly stiff, processed fats, and your membranes get rigid. Eat omega-3 and DHA slots into the wall and keeps it fluid and flexible, which is why your brain, the fattiest organ you own, is desperate for the stuff. EPA plays the other role. It's the raw material your body turns into signals
Yeah,
that
usually omega-3 supplements come with EPA and DHTA together because they bind together.
The problem is balance. Modern diets are drowning in omega-6 from seed oils, and omega-6 builds the signals that
Seed oils, very criminal. Omega-6 is omega-9. You know, avoid seed oils as much as you can, especially vegetable oil. Like, sunflower, yeah, it's bad, but not as close as vegetable oil. I recommend use beef tallow or butter. Even coconut fat. Fat is very good.
inflammation up. You need both, but the ratio has gone completely lopsided, and that quiet chronic inflammation is what grinds down your joints and arteries over decades. If you eat oily fish 2 or 3 times a week, you're likely covered. If you're not, and most people aren't, a fish oil
Sardines,
delivering
very
around
good.
1 to 3 grams of combined EPA and DHA daily gets it done. One warning, these fats oxidize easily, so a cheap rancid fish oil that smells like a dumpster is doing the opposite of its job. Should you buy it? If you don't eat fish regularly, yes, one of the smartest cheap buys here. Entire list.
BCA, there are 9 essential amino acids. I heard it already 20 times. 9 essential you get in protein powder. Like, if in this supplement you get three essentials, so it doesn't even matter. If you're eating enough protein per day, enough meat, you don't need it. It's pretty much money grab. That's one of the biggest scams. Minerals, this one is very important.
Very much care about. Sleep, strength, and not cramping halfway through a set. 3 deserve attention. Magnesium is the headliner.
Very good for sleep. If you never took it, everybody's magnesium deficient because today's soil is very used, very bad. 90% of magnesium that people used to get is now gone, so you should take magnesium. Unless you live in Switzerland mountains where there is nobody, then take it.
And it's involved in over 300 reactions in your body, including the one that recharges ATP. Here's the one that'll sell you though. Your muscles work like a light switch. Calcium flips them on to contract, magnesium flips them off to relax. Run low on magnesium and the off switch gets sticky, which is why deficiency shows up as twitches, cramps.
Magnesium, you usually used to get magnesium when you pull foods out of your out of ground, earth. In earth there are magnesium, very good minerals, so people used to eat earth with these foods, and they used to get a lot of minerals from it, but now everything is so different.
Body that won't wind down at night. Topping it up genuinely deepens sleep. Grab glycinate or citrate. The cheap oxide form barely absorbs and mostly just escorts you to the bathroom. Zinc is a master key. It slots into hundreds of enzymes, including
zinc, very good for testosterone. You should take it, but you can get it from normal food if you eat very good.
Including ones that build testosterone.
This zinc is not good, by the way.
But it's pointless to megadose. Zinc and copper compete for the same absorption door.
Yeah, if you take too much zinc, I recommend 15, but if you take 30, your body's trying to compensate with using more copper, and you become after that deficient in. If you take too much zinc, copper doesn't balance out and you become deficient in copper, which is as important as that.
So flooding zinc long term quietly starves you of copper. A modest amount covers it. Then the one nobody files under supplement, sodium, and electrolytes. These are the literal electricity of your body, the charged particles your nerves use to fire signals to your muscles. Sweat buckets, train in heat, or eat low carb, and you flush them out fast. And suddenly the signal gets weak, which is the real reason you feel flat, dizzy, or crampy mid-workout. A pinch of salt and some water fixes what most people blame on this.
Salt and water doesn't fix anything, but it's good.
Should you buy it? Most of this you'll pull from a real diet, so don't panic and buy 10 bottles. But magnesium for sleep and electrolytes for hard sweaty training are too cheap.
Electrolytes not needed, but good. Water still better.
Genuinely worthwhile additions. Zinc only if your diet's thin on red meat and shellfish. I also recommend taking magnesium before bed. Ashwagandha. This is the trendy one. The herb that detonated across every wellness feed promising calm gains and god-tier testosterone overnight. Time to split the real from the hype, because there's plenty of both. It's an adaptogen, and its core job is helping your body handle stress. And here the evidence is genuinely solid. To get it, you have to understand cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone.
I'm gonna explain it to you, but let
It's
him
not
explain
evil,
it.
it's your body's alarm system, the thing that floods you with energy to sprint from a predator. The problem is your body can't tell the difference between a lion and a deadline, so modern life leaves that alarm screaming 24/7. Chronically high cortisol wrecks sleep, holds
Yeah.
onto belly fat, and eats into
Yeah.
recovery. What
Extra
ashwagandha appears to
maxing.
do is turn the alarm volume down. Multiple studies show it lowers cortisol and meaningfully cuts anxiety while improving
Yeah,
sleep.
lowers cortisol, but every person I know that uses ashwagandha stop using it because it has too strong effects and makes you sluggish. You actually become too low cortisol and you don't get shit done. You just relax every day,
Natural supplement, that's
like doing nothing every day.
a genuinely strong resume, and stress plus bad sleep are exactly the two things quietly murdering most people's gains. A few studies show a bump, but they're small, short, and run on effect, not the test booster the ads scream about. If you want to try it, look for KSM66 or Sensoril. The
Don't
standardized
try it.
extracts the
Not
research
gonna help.
actually
Just
used, around
lower
3
the cortisol naturally.
swallowed once before bed expecting fireworks. One honest heads up, a small number of people feel oddly flat on it, because turning the alarm all the way down can mute your drive too. If that's you, drop it. Should you buy it? If stress and bad sleep are wrecking your recovery, it's worth a shot. If you already sleep like a...
How they read this video, like, it's not good, it's good, yeah, it's good, well made, well animated, but in terms of knowledge, mid 5, I guess, 5 out of 10, because, you have to educate people who just, started work, you see most used stuff is protein powder, how muscle gets built, like, znači, people will look for easy way out to get results faster. But if your natural results don't come faster, you gotta be training hard every week for a lot of years to see significant progress. This guy, I benched 225 3 reps. That's my PR when I was 16. That was my PR. I remember doing it for the first time. I never tried more than 100 that time, and I said if I get one I'll be happy, and then I did one and I could do even more, and I did 3. So 225 for 3, yeah, it's easy, that shit would be easy. Like my record, I'm almost 365 right now, natural, so I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about here.